Welcome, Radiant Soul. If you're here, something in you already knew to come. Not because you found this video at the right time, though you did, but because a part of you has been moving toward this moment longer than you realize. Between April 15th and the 17th, the sky is doing something I want you to feel before I try to describe it. The 7 planets are gathered in Aries. 7. The Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, and Neptune. And at the center of all of it, Chiron, the Wounded Healer. And this is not a coincidence. This is a convergence. On the 16th, the Sun moves into exact alignment with Chiron in what astrologers call a cazimi, a moment of illumination so precise it's almost ceremonial. The wound is seen, not examined, not dissected, seen. As in, I see you. I have always seen you. And you are not what you were afraid you were. And the new moon rises on the 17th, exactly where Chiron stands, in Aries, in the sign of identity, of initiation, of original self. Whether you're here as this portal builds, at its exact peak, or in the luminous hours after, you are here with us in this window. The window is open for you at exactly precisely the right time for you to be able to receive these energies. Now, this is not a release portal. This is a planting. All new moons are, right? So we're not here tonight to let something go. We're here to put something in the ground, something that has been waiting a very long time to be planted. The name of what we're planting in this particular activation is going to be called Before the Armor. Before the performance began, before you learned to be enough for someone else, before the first moment you decided who you had to be in order to be safe. That version of you still exists. And this portal, this new moon, this full sky of fire and identity, all of it is the soil. So let's begin. Find a comfortable position, either seated or lying down, and let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Let your jaw soften. Let your hands rest open, palms facing up if that feels good to your body. And if you're open to receive the Reiki energy, the light codes, the healing frequencies, and divine transmissions that are alive throughout this activation, simply say yes in your mind's eye now. Beautiful. You will receive exactly what your soul is ready for, no more and no less. And every time you return to this activation, it will always meet you in a new place within you. Now let's go ahead and take a slow breath in through the nose. And exhale through your mouth, longer than that inhale, like you're releasing something you've been holding in all day. Again, breathe in. And exhale, let it go. Let the day slide off of you. One more time. Breathe in. And exhale, coming home. Good. Now, I want you to gently call your energy back to you. Not dramatically, just softly, like calling someone in from the yard at dusk. Just a gentle, loving summons. Call your energy back from every conversation you had today, every role you played, every version of yourself you performed for someone else. Call it back from the future, from the worries about what's coming, from the plans you're holding too tightly. Call it back from old timelines where the armor still feels necessary, where it still feels like the only way to survive. And as it returns, you might feel yourself getting a little heavier, a little more present. That's right. Just like that. Now, as you breathe, imagine anything that isn't yours beginning to dissolve. The survival programming that was handed down to you, the ancestral belief that you had to earn your right to be here, the collective frequency of not enough that seems to be swimming in the air we all breathe. It isn't yours. It never was. And with your next exhale, let it move down through the soles of your feet into the earth, where it can be composted into something new. The Reiki energy is already flowing now. You may feel it as warmth in your hands, in your chest, the back of your heart, or a subtle tingling, or simply a deepening sense of stillness. However it arrives for you, it is already here. We are preparing the field, softening what has held itself rigid for far too long. Not forcing anything open, simply creating the conditions for something truer to emerge. And now, with reverence and with your permission, we begin to call in the allies who are already gathered at the edges of this field, waiting to be named. First, the Oversoul of Aureya, the living current of divine remembrance, the frequency field from which all sacred receiving flows, the truth that worth is not a transaction, that support is not earned, that you are already in this moment held. Anchor your golden threads into every corner of this space. Chiron, the great wounded healer who carried an unhealing wound for eternity and turned it into medicine for everyone else. You are the presiding presence of this portal. This ceremony is, in many ways, yours. You're not here to heal us tonight. You're here to show us that the wound and the medicine were never two different things. Stand at the center of this space. We honor you. Sekhmet, the golden lioness, the one who was sent to destroy and chose to transmute instead. You are not here for force. You are here for the kind of fierce love that moves through armor because it loves what is underneath it too much to leave it buried. Come with your sacred fire. Come with your precision. We are ready. Archangel Ariel, illuminator of what has been hidden, bringer of light into the places that forgot they were luminous. You do not bring anything new tonight. You make visible what was always there. Please stand where the original self is waiting and shine your light there. Take a full breath. Feel the field. We are held. Now I want you to bring your attention to something new, not with analysis or judgment, but simply with the quality of a loving witness. Bring your attention to the place in your body where you feel the armor most. It might be in your chest, a subtle bracing, a slight holding back. It might be in your shoulders, a readiness to defend or deflect. It might be in your jaw, your belly, the place behind your eyes where you watch everything before you decide how to respond. You don't need to name it. You don't even need to understand it. Just feel where it lives. Now, I want to ask you something. When did it arrive? Not the exact date, not the clinical memory, just the feeling of the moment when you first decided who you had to be in order to belong, in order to be loved, in order to be safe. Some of you will feel this clearly. Others will just feel a faint ache, a sense of, oh, there it is. Both are exactly right, as is anything else in between. And here's what I want you to hear. That armor was smart. It was built by an intelligent, very loving part of you that was doing the only thing it knew how to do. Keep you safe in a situation that felt unsafe. The armor was not a mistake. It was a gift that has outlived its purpose. Chiron moves closer now. You may feel a subtle shift in the field, something ancient, something patient. He has been carrying his own wound for longer than human time can measure, and he doesn't flinch at yours. He sees your armor not with pity, not with the urgent need to fix you. He sees it in a way a master healer sees a scar, with respect for what it survived. You survived something, many things, and the armor helped you do that. Honor it now. You don't have to love it. You don't have to be grateful for all it cost you, but you can honor it as the evidence that some part of you fought again and again to stay here. And now, Sekhmet steps forward. You may feel her as heat, a warmth that moves differently than the Reiki, more golden, more direct. She moves with the precision of someone who knows exactly where she's going. She does not approach the armor from the outside. She begins at the edges, where the armor is thinnest, where it has been softening whether you knew it or not. The places where your own soul has been quietly, persistently pressing against the inside, asking to be let out. She doesn't destroy what she touches. She recognizes it. Her fire knows the difference between what is truly you, the original, unarmored self, and what was built around you as protection. And she will not touch what is truly you. She only moves through what is ready to be released. And now, with your full, conscious participation, I invite you to speak this revocation. You can say it silently, or if you feel moved, whisper it aloud. I hereby revoke any agreement, conscious or unconscious, in this lifetime or any other, to earn my right to exist as myself. To prove my worth before I'm allowed to receive. To shrink so that others are comfortable. To perform my identity for anyone's approval. I release these agreements now. With love with gratitude for what they protected, and with finality. They are complete. I am free. Feel the fire moving, not burning you, freeing you. Layer by layer, the armor softens, not collapsing, dissolving, returning to the light from which it came. And Chiron. He's standing just at the edge of what Sekhmet clears. He receives what she releases, and in his hands, and this is the alchemy that only he can perform, the armor becomes medicine. The wound becomes wisdom. The thing that hurt you most becomes the very thing that makes you a healer. Not in spite of it, through it. The wound was always the way. Take a slow breath in. And exhale, letting the field settle. You are still here. You are more here than you've been in a long time. Ariel comes forward now. She moves differently than the others. Slowly, almost reluctantly, as if she doesn't want to disturb what is just finding its stillness. She carries light, not the blazing light of fire, the light of very early morning, the kind that arrives before the sun, that finds the world without announcement and simply illuminates. She stands where Sekhmet cleared. She shines. And in that light, something is visible that hasn't been visible in a very long time. You. Not the performing version, not the surviving version, not the version that learned all the right things to say and all the right ways to be. The original. The one who existed before the first moment you decided who you had to be. See them. They might look younger than you expect, or they might look ancient, older than your current self, as if they've been waiting across many lifetimes for this exact moment. However they appear, meet them. Let there be recognition. This is not a stranger. This is the most familiar thing you have ever felt. This is the frequency you were born into before the world told you it was too much. Before the first moment someone made you feel like your natural way of being needed to be adjusted or managed or hidden. This is you, simply, completely, sovereignly you. The Oversoul of Aureya moves into the heart center now, and this is the remembrance it carries. This is your original frequency. Not a frequency you have to reach for or earn or rebuild from scratch. The frequency you are made of. Worth is not something that happens to you. It's something you are made of. Support is not something that has to be arranged. It's the natural response of a universe to a soul living in alignment with its own truth. You were always enough. The armor was never evidence that you weren't. It was evidence of how much you were willing to protect what you knew. Somewhere deep was worth protecting. And now, the new moon opens, not as an event in the sky, as a portal in your field. You may feel it as a darkness that is not empty, but full. A fertile darkness, a darkness of good soil, the darkness of a womb, the darkness from which every new thing emerges. This is the new moon in Aries at 27 degrees, exactly where Chiron stands, exactly where this 7-year chapter of identity and healing reaches its sacred completion. And this is the moment. Take the version of yourself that Ariel just illuminated, the original, the unarmored, the one who was always there beneath everything, and hold them gently in your awareness. This is the seed. Not a future version of you, not a better version, not even a healed version. The original. The one who is already whole. And now, plant them into the fertile dark of this new moon, into the Aries fire that knows how to begin, into the field that 7 planets are holding open right now for exactly this. Your intention, if you feel moved to name it, is this: I am allowed to be exactly as I am. My original self is my sovereign self. I begin from here. Chiron moves to the place where the seed rests. And what he does next is very quiet. He places his hand on the ground above it, and he seals it, not with force, but with the weight of everything he has witnessed. Every soul who came to the threshold of their own wound and chose to cross it. Every healer who is made through their own suffering. Every person who arrived at the edge of who they'd been performing and chose, finally, to simply be. He knows this moment. He has blessed it thousands of times. The scar becomes a signature. The wound becomes a threshold. And now the seed is in the ground. The Oversoul of Aureya weaves golden threads through this newly seeded field now. Worth, flow, sacred receiving, threaded into the very root of your identity, not added on top, woven in. This is the frequency you carry forward, not as something you have to maintain, as something you simply are. Now I want to invite the original self forward, not to arrive from somewhere else. They're already here. They've been here this whole time. And I simply want you to feel them occupying the space of your body more fully than before. Feel them in your hands. Feel them in your chest, Feel them in the breath that's moving through you right now. This might feel quieter than you expected, but also steadier. Less like a breakthrough and more like a homecoming. More like that seed that is finally starting to break the surface. Like you've been traveling for a very long time and you have simply arrived. That's what this is. Your higher self and your original self, they're not two different things. They never were. One was always looking down at what was buried, and the other was always looking upward toward being seen. They're in the same place now. You're in the same place now. Reiki seals the field, moving from your crown, down through your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your root, a column of golden Aureya light, clean and clear from the top all the way to the bottom. The transmission is complete, the codes are anchored, and the seed is in the ground. I am sending deep grounding Reiki into your root chakra now, into your sacral, and into the soles of your feet. You are a soul in a body, and this body matters. This grounding matters. The life you're living in this physical form matters. Let the codes anchor here. Not just in your field, not just in your higher self, but in your bones, in your cells, in the breathing, walking, feeling body that is going to carry this seed out into the world. With tremendous love and gratitude, we thank Chiron, who honored us with his presence and sealed the seed of our returning. He withdraws gently, leaving only his medicine behind. We thank Sekhmet, whose sacred fire moved through the armor with such fierce, precise love. She withdraws, leaving the warmth of her knowing. We thank Archangel Ariel, who lit what had been hidden for so long, without drama, without urgency, just light, patiently offered. She withdraws, leaving visibility where there was once shadow. And the Oversoul of Aureya doesn't withdraw. This frequency never does. It's the field you are made of, and it stays. Begin to feel the weight of your body now. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll your shoulders gently. Take a full breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth with a sound that feels good. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Look at something in your physical space, a wall, a window, a plant, something real, something here. You are here, fully, completely, and without your armor. And every time you return to this activation, it will meet you at a new layer of this remembering. There is no limit to how many times you can plant this seed. Radiant Soul, thank you for being here for this new moon, for choosing to plant the unarmored self rather than waiting until the armor felt less necessary. The armor was never going to feel unnecessary until you put it down, and you just put it down. Welcome home. And if what moved through you in this transmission is calling you into something deeper, Return to Flow is the 21-day Aureya Wealth Activation, and the link is waiting in the description below. If it feels steady in your body, that is your answer. Have a beautiful new moon, Radiant Soul. We'll see you next time.